o'clock. It is a gorgeous day, 57 degrees, the wind blowing slightly here in the City of Champions. Mostly sunny with some clouds settling in the Boston sky. You take a look at some of the statistics real quick, Craig. 15-9 BU outscoring their opponents. Yale's margin is a bit more slim. We're off and running in Boston, Massachusetts at Nickerson Field. It's the number 5 Yale Bulldogs and the number 13 Boston University Terriers.
Navy just a couple days ago, and here you go, 21 seconds in, first goal. Slide didn't come quick enough. Perfetto, a couple of stationary feet, and he scores. It's 1-0.
Well, you make a great point, Craig. And
sure, maybe he feels like if Bork catches that cleanly and it's just Paquette against Bork, that there's very little chance, and there isn't a lot of chance in this game to stop it, so he thinks his only option is to come out and try to intercept the ball. Had that shot a lot this season. Maybe just needs a couple more touches here. He's an excellent goaltender. See how he reacts to letting that one up.
You saw that was Nick McFarland, the senior on the BU side, gave
long-range, absolute frozen ropes from Bragg. Both goals so far. We got ourselves a new ball game. Well, that's get it out in front and score. You got to love when your offensive players are working to win the ball back defensively.
It's Quadrino from Perfetto. Goal number 11 for Christian Quadrino these past couple of matchups with 9 total goals in his first 3 career games. You've got midfielder Brad Sharp with 7 goals and 8 assists. And you've got Jack Stews in the midfielder with 9 cost turnovers, 15 ground balls. So this youthful Craig, the head coaching matchup here, if you said this 9 years ago, it would have been master versus apprentice. But now it's master versus master. Ryan Poley mans the crew for BU in his 9th season.
Yeah, he spent 6 seasons as an assistant at Yale, including 4 years as the defensive coordinator, and was part of that 2012 Ivy League Tournament championship team on Yale's way to the national tournament. Game, it'll be one guy. The next game, it'll be the next guy. Perfetto, again, looks like the early target of the offense so far for BU.
Well, let's go back to the contest against Navy this past weekend, Craig. 17-9 your final score. BU never...
Scarver find a way to make the stop. Bragg absolutely shooting lights out right now. This is the thing about these Ivy League schools, Jake, is that we don't know a ton about this game at 5 apiece. Got multi-points in every game, Jake, including a 5 spot, 5 goals against Princeton, 8 points against the then number 3 ranked Tigers.
Brandau, 23rd goal of the year. He's up to 38 points. And how about the completeness of Brandau's game this year? He's got 15 assists that he's
in quarter. Things looking fluid, pretty porous defensively from both teams right now. I expect that water will sort of seek its level here soon. It's got to, right? This pace can't keep up.
Well, the pace is physical. Or the pace is high, I should say, but the physicality is also there, Craig. You see some bodies hitting the floor as Roy Meyer down.
Yeah, BU head coach Ryan Poley told us ahead of time.
For Boston, you have a look at Ryan Poley and staff, and you don't have to go back too far, Craig, to understand the impact he's had. He coached the 3rd best riding defense in the country last year, won New England D1 Coach of the Year twice in 2017 and 19.
Yeah, I think he's really good out in space. Maybe not the best on-ball defender necessarily in the country, but right up there with the best defenders in space in the country, and he simply makes plays. Got that great sense and savvy for sure, and Coach Poley talked about how much he hit the Wired Nation. He's going to score pretty often from that area in the field.
Key to the game for Yale was, according to Andy Shea, we've got to stick to the fundamentals, and a big rip here, way out from Jet Jama.
He plays on his own. I mean, sure, 4 or 5 white ones, and Brandau makes the best of it and scores. He's got that much talent.
We've discussed
% on their clears this season is BU, but you do take that risk of leaving an open net to shoot at every time. Yale, I think that's the 2nd time, maybe 3rd that they've tried at it. First time they've scored. Usually, Coach Poley feels that the reward outweighs the risk. That is certainly a risk, and we saw it pan out there.
Taking a turn for the worst, 11-5 here midway through the 2nd quarter. Craig, Matt Garber comes in with an 8.99 goals against average and 58.3% in between the pipes. Tonight he's let in 11 already.
Ween it, and it doesn't work out. It's been an onslaught of offense here for Yale, for sure.
Yale back to work. And Lyons, with 4 straight games, his first 4 collegiate games, with 3 goals. He's up to 12 on the year, Craig. How about that? Lyons gets an opportunity with a couple of injuries, a couple of tactical things that Coach Shea had changed, and all of a sudden, only 4 games into his collegiate career, he's rising to the occasion. How about this Yale depth this year?
Yeah, I think that goes to what you were talking about moments ago with Coach Shea and the program that he's built, and again, the recruiting. Lafayette had another assist against Navy, a key one, and now that was a bullet. So maybe, he switched over to a defensive midi. Perhaps he could see a little bit more time as it ends. What a start to his career.
But back to Yale, Craig. On paper, they're only outscoring their opponents by a slim margin. It's 90.
Blame for it. He said, that's on me. But he has said since that point, you asked him, Jake, what's been different here lately? And he said, it just feels like we're getting better in all facets of the game. He couldn't really, put his thumb on exactly what was different other than we're just getting better. And I think that goes to the point that, just saying, it takes them a little bit longer.
Chris Lyons netted the game winner last week, was named the Ivy League Rookie of the Week yesterday. And how about that? Of course, we've mentioned multiple times, the hat trick in his first 3 appearances.
Down to up top, 1 shot, goes low, far side. Slow it down, speed it up, in transition, do it yourself, make a pass. Yale has done it every single way here in this first half. And they put on an absolute clinic here on the certain individuals. I think Garver would tell you that he would want a few of those back for sure. I think that the trio of defenders have not seen a team with as much offensive ability of his own here lately for BU. The hardest working guys on the Terrier team. Not going to be able to keep him off the scoreboard for too long, even in this deficit.
Well, you saw on your screen on the replay, it was Brian Tevlin who wore number 12 and Michael Alexander.
Game for goals was back during that 2018 season, their national championship run in April. They scored 27 against Brown at Brown. So we'll keep an eye out for that number here this afternoon when things are all kind of settled down. So good, decent, quick possession there, ending up with Perfetto with his hat trick.
Perfetto gets a hat trick game after what was an incredible couple of weeks, Craig. Back-to-back wins over top 5 teams in the country. This second of the game.
It's been on a nice little streak here lately, Jake. 16 career points before the last 2 games, where he had 7 combined in the Lafayette Navy contest.
D'Alto, 3 games on the docket at the national level today, as it's 19-10 here heading into the 4th quarter. It's been an offensive outburst, Craig, from Yale. What struck you about the way that they've composed themselves today?
Yeah, a lot of freshmen that are chipping in with a lot of offense, and their progression has yet to really get here.
Another first year. Again, a very youthful team, so you have to wonder in a couple of years.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Andy Shea, yet again, has done an excellent job. He could have a situation where he's got some Ben Reeves on his hands and some more. You look at a guy like Ben Reeves, who will go down as one of Yale.
They use him sort of in a different role, I feel like, than the threesome of Perfetto, D'Alto, and Lay. When you can add some more depth scoring, like
quad for 13.
It's just the offensive efficiency. I don't know that I've ever seen a game where both teams executed at the offensive efficiency that Yale has in this game. I mean, you're looking at their strength of schedule, how difficult it's been. I think that it's going to benefit them in the long run, even if Coach Shea doesn't, that they had all those close games early on against difficult. Out that stretch to 23 straight with a goal and 25 straight with a point.
So D'Alto, 34 goals on the year, and chip in 3 assists, so you get him up to 24. Pretty solid year for the...
I think another thing that Coach Poley credited to his success this year were his line mates as well. He's played with them now for 3 years, but the first 2 years were shortened seasons, so they have chemistry, yes, but the chemistry was able to meld even more and develop. And Lanu coming in a little bit cold, I think that's a tough ask for any goalie. Obviously, you want to get him in there, so the rewards outweigh their risks, but coming in cold as a goalie, having to face guys like Dialto and Lay is never easy.
Yale wins a face-off, and they're being doubled up. Roy Meyer down to the corner, putting some real